Weddings can get expensive, there's no doubt about it. And as a wedding photographer, I want to cue you in to some common hidden fees other photographers charge so that you don't get taken to the cleaners. First thing to look out for are sitting fees. Back when photographers were shooting primarily film, they charged a sitting fee. Now, this mainly covered the cost of the film and the development in case the couple decided not to purchase any prints afterwards. The photographer wouldn't be out any actual money. So some photographers still are charging sitting fees even though they are no longer shooting film, which is kind of like still paying for 2-day shipping. Like, why do you do that? Next is overtime. Your wedding photography collection may come with 8 hours of wedding coverage. Now, this can typically cover an entire wedding, but sometimes the reception is just rockin' and you haven't got to the cake cutting or other activities that you want your photographer to cover. Now, you may ask your photographer to stay another hour or two. If they can, I'm sure that they will, and then afterwards they will just invoice you for the additional time. Now, that's all fine and dandy. But find out before your wedding what an additional hour costs. Because for some photographers, it's upwards of $600 for the hour, or more if you hired a second photographer as well. Now, number 3 is print rights. A photographer will always own the rights to a photo that they created because they created it, right? In the same way that you may own a copy of the book, but you don't actually own the rights to that book. The author controls what can be done with their work. Some photographers have a business model where they will shoot your wedding on the cheap, but then hold the photos hostage, knowing that you will have to go to them for prints, which is where they charge much heftier prices. Or they may offer you the ability to buy the print rights, allowing you to print the photos wherever you choose. Now, I've seen some photographers charge more than $1,000 for the print rights. Next up is an online gallery. Having a gallery online to view your photos is a convenient and easy way to share your photos of your wedding day with family and friends. Some photographers will charge you to host the photos online for you to view. Sometimes this is $100 to $200 to $300 a year. Next is minimum purchases. So going back to the prints, some photographers have it written in their contract that you will spend a minimum of X thousand dollars on prints or albums before the digital photos can even be released to you. Now, if this is the case, this should be written in the contract if the photographer follows this practice. So read the contract. Now remember to always meet with your wedding photographer before you book them. Meeting with them will allow you to get an idea of their personalities, as well as give you the perfect opportunity to ask questions and make sure that you're not going to get slammed with hidden fees after the wedding. And if you have any questions, please leave them in a comment below. I'd love to help. I'm Raymond, an Indianapolis wedding photographer, and I will talk to you soon.